I was raised by my grandma. She was super into the religion, in God, Jesus, all about that. But it was something we're missing, right?
We would go to church every Sunday, but that was really like the extent of my relationship with God.
We didn't really talk about faith too much, and it wasn't like we ever went to church for Easter or Christmas. It was just not something that was a part of my upbringing.
I never really grew up being close to anyone at church, never really being close with God, not knowing really who he was.
I didn't understand what a relationship with God was. I just knew that we went to church and you follow the rules, and I was a rule follower. I was a goody two-shoes.
I always just didn't think it was for me. I didn't want to go because I thought it was a waste of time.
My faith wasn't really my faith. I was just taking on what everybody else was telling me.
My whole life, I have really struggled with just anxiety and OCD. And then my dad passed away suddenly in 2020. And so I really struggled with that. I just didn't know how to deal with the things that I was feeling.
I wasn't reaching fulfillment. Like with the world, I was just like trying to find ways to be happy, and it wasn't really working.
There was just a lot going on in my life, just mentally, physically. I mean, I was struggling with an eating disorder, and it was really hard to talk about it, so I just closed myself off from everyone. It came to a point where I was done with life.
The hardest part that no one told me about was how lonely it is. I kept telling myself, like, you know, you have everything you want, and like, what are you complaining about? You know, and so I would just criticize myself for being lonely and for having the nerve to feel that way, which, you know, just made me more isolated.
We were able to build a house in Santa Rita Ranch. We saw a guy, tall guy. He was, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the neighborhood. After, I don't know, maybe late that year, 2020, he was like, would you mind coming with us to church? Like, okay, church. Okay, let's try.
I was asked by one of my friends to start coming to church.
I got invited to North Point by Teresa.
My sister invited me to North Point. Keegan had invited me to Transit.
He invited me to D Group,
To Inside Out.
to her baptism.
Mossy, Alyssa, and Maddie invited me to Inside Out relentlessly.
And from that, I just kept going every chance I got.
That's like when everything just like changed. I really just got to see what it was like to be in a community that was filled with people who are so loving and welcoming.
Just the first time that I stepped foot into the North Point building, like I just felt so welcome.
We both needed somewhere to put all of our uncertainty, and we just kept coming back.
You have had experiences that have shown you that Jesus and God are there for you. And he's right there next to me all the time. And then 5 years later, here I am, sitting down to get baptized because I feel ready to accept Jesus.
I found my community that showed me how to have a faith that is led by my own love for God and my own dedication to learning more about him, and that's when my faith became really real to me.
I feel like I have a purpose now. It's like I feel like I get to lead with God. I get to be with those people and get to show them God's light in every area I have.
I can't say that my life is perfect now, far from it, but like I just have peace now, unexplainable peace now, overwhelming peace that I didn't have before.
It was like a switch flipped in me, and I know I'm renewed, you know, with him. And so I'm just at more peace with myself, and I'm a lot happier, a lot more joyful, and I've also learned to be very forgiving of others.
It just shows like he can work through people, and every day after that, it just felt like I knew something I didn't know before.
When I'm around people who just feel very lost, and I look at them and I'm like, it doesn't have to be this way. It could be so much better. You know, you just have to take a chance.